Beautiful music from Nathaniel Bassi featuring Ntokozo Mbambo. And the title of the song is, of course, El Shaddai Adonai. El Shaddai Adonai. And ek hoop alles is reg met u. Do remember that I'm here tot 11 uur. And op 11 uur, you will be joined by Germany Yanni Pelsa with Perspective. And I know that he's going to just bless your heart. He deals with matters that, that challenge us. But hey, God is good. God is good. And so I guess I said that when I come back, I will be with the CEO and founder of the Pro Positive. I want to say it correctly because earlier on we were with Enika and I said proactive. No, Pro Positive Innovators and Foundation. And her name is Thabisa Ndevu. How are you, Ndlovukazi?
I'm good. How are you, Sibongile?
I am blessed of the Lord. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, she was driving around saying she can't see the door. Kanjani,
It's
Thabisa.
raining.
And we praise the Lord for the rain, hey?
Amen.
Yeah, because we've been going through like some dusty times. In Pretoria, it has been like really bad with, I know everywhere, but I know that where I live, you would smell the dust in the air, even see it in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, so spring is finally entering. It's saying hello. But you and I don't look springy.
No. No, not even.
But yeah, as time goes on, we will be springy. Yeah. So tell us about Pro Positive. Actually, let's not start with Pro Positive. Let's start with you. Who is Thabisa Ndevu?
Okay, so Thabisa Ndevu, I am from the Eastern Cape, Mthatha. And I am a mom. I'm a normal South African girl that came to Joburg to try and get a job. So I came to Joburg to find a job, but I'm a child of God as well, a big lover of God. I've worked with God all my life.
Yeah.
And so I want to come to who is Thabisa and how is Pro Positive connected to Thabisa.
Okay, now she wants to connect the two. We were still listening to the part. You don't look like mom.
I'm a mom.
To how many?
Of two.
What?
I'm a mom
Thabisa,
of two. Yes.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes. I've got an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Wow, you look 17, 18, 19.
I'll take that.
I'm sure it's not the first time you hear it.
Well, I think I spend a lot of time with students as well.
Yeah, so you look like one.
Yeah, I fit in very easily.
You fit. So you can continue.
Yes. So Pro Positive is me. I am somebody that I grew up loving God, and I grew up going to church and everything. However, I came into a space in my life where I felt that there has been so much happening that I focused so much on negative things. So when I go to Joburg during COVID, I decided to be positive and focus on the positive things. So I started practicing being positive in my own lifestyle by writing the positive scriptures from the word, positive affirmations, and positive scriptures like you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm made in the image of God, and getting to know myself as Thabisa and as a child of God. So now I can stand in confidence and say I'm a child of God based on the fact that I learned that from the scriptures that God knows me by name and He has written my name on the palm of His hand.
Wow.
He remembers me. He's got many thoughts about me.
He has engraved you on the palm of His hand.
Of course. So I'm Thabisa basically, and I'm a full lover of God, but I'm a child of God.
But now, what made you? What brought about the negative vibes before you were proactive? Oh, pro positive. Remove the active. Pro positive. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what can I say? Growing up, I had so much that was so negative happening in my life. I remember if I would talk to a circle of my friends, I had the one that had more sad stories than any of my friends. Growing up, having been bullied from a very young age, and
Sure.
having experienced being molested at a very young age, about 3 times, and that also had clouded. I didn't have a lot of like good childhood memories because I had a lot of bad childhood memories. And I remember I also went from high school, and then when I was just starting high school, my mom was diagnosed with diabetes, stroke, and she had asthma. So I was taking care of my mom in my high school ages. And then when I was just getting into matric, she passed away. And I remember it was just a turmoil after a turmoil growing up that I never really knew who I was. I never really spent some time to myself. So when my mom passed, I then found myself very depressed, and I didn't know who I was. I seeked for my identity in wrong places. I got married. When I got married because I remember I would say to my husband, I'm giving you my love, the love that I gave to my mom. I'm shifting it to you. And I remember that was so toxic because I had expectations of my mother's love to come from my husband, and that on its own did not help me. And I eventually in 2018 I came to Joburg, and I got to Joburg. I came with my kids and things. We were in separation with my husband, and I got here. When I got here in Joburg, it didn't take 2 years after getting here, there was COVID. I lost my job. So at that space in my life, when I lost my job, there's COVID. I couldn't go back home. I had to take my kids to my husband, and when I got to Joburg, I didn't have a place to stay. There was lockdown, and I became homeless. And it just dawned at me at the specific time when I was calling my sister that, you know what, I'm homeless. I don't know where I'm going to sleep. And she was like, oh my God, what are you going to do? Should we call people or whatever? But at that specific, I was going through a specific, it was my first time having an encounter with God, and my first time, asking God, but why did you bring me into this world? Why am I here? Did I just come here to suffer? Did I just come here to, to just be the one that has said stories after sad stories? And and then at that moment, God, I think that was when God was shaping my life, because I had asked God, why am I here?
Yeah.
And I was homeless at that time. I met this wonderful guy that was an accountant in Renier. He gave me a shack behind his house. I was staying there, and I didn't have electricity. But for me, that was a separation season, because I was then learning to be pro-positive. I said,
Sure.
I want to know how to be pro-positive, because I'm tired of telling my sad story. I want to tell my story in a very positive way.
So, did you find that every time you would say something negative, you would also experience more negative things coming your way?
Of course,
Okay.
of course. Not even that. I was just not happy. I was just so sad. And I remember when my mom passed, I was so angry with God. And I asked him, God, like, I accepted Jesus, I think from a very young age, like 10, 12 years old. And I felt like, God, like, you never given me a break. I've always been the odd one. I never fit in any circle, in church, at school. I never blended with other kids and be normal like other kids. And I always felt there was something wrong with me. And I remember I tried to commit suicide as a child. From like a 12 years old, I tried to commit suicide. So at that time, when I was separated, it was when I was pouring out to God that, God, why did you leave me from a young age? Why did you allow all these things that are bad to happen to me? Do I not love you enough, or do you not love me enough as Uhabisa? Why am I in this world? Like, why don't you just take me if I just came here to tell sad stories? No, this whole thing of sad stories came in church when there was an altar call for any girl that has experienced being molested. And I remember I stood up. At that time, I was still experiencing the separation from my husband, and there was abuse there. And, my friends were just saying it, laughing, like, oh, friend, what is it that you did not experience? And they were
Sure.
saying it out of consent. But at that time, I did feel that, you know what, no, this is enough. I can't be experiencing turmoil after turmoil and be the one that tells sad stories all the
All the
time. I'm
time.
tired. And that's when I said there, I said, God, there's got to be something good about me. There's got to be something that you want to do in me and in my life. That is when I practice being pro-positive.
Sure.
And at that space, I don't have a place to stay. I'm staying in this shack. I remember I could have sat down and said, going to sit at home and cry. And, at that space, I called my family. I told them that this is my journey. Please allow me to go through it. It's between God and I. And they were so worried because they're in Eastern Cape, it's locked down. And at that space, I first found local NGOs around Joburg. And I said, instead of me waking up and crying and I don't have anywhere to go, I started going to local NGOs. I started feeding the homeless. I started going and sharing the word of God with different shelters. And I started speaking to the homeless and telling them that, you know what, at that time I was not just speaking to them and preaching to them, I was preaching to myself, because at that time I didn't have a place to stay.
Because I was going to even ask you, what were you saying to yourself during this time? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't have we are going to get out of this. I'm telling them. I'm telling the guys that are on the streets that, God says this about us. So this is me at home meditating on the word of God. And then the following day, I go to them and I say, God says in his word, he will never leave nor forsake us. God says he has plans not to harm us, not
Did
to
you
prosper
believe
us.
what you were saying?
I questioned God. I did. And I questioned God. I said, God, if you say you have plans not to harm me and to prosper me, I don't see any prospering in my surrounding at this stage. I don't see any of your plans. I just want to see your plan manifesting in my own life. At this stage, I am tired of telling sad stories, and I want to see your plan. Your plan is to prosper me. That is positive. That was how Pro-Positive began. I took all the positive things in the word of God and I said, okay, God, you are saying here, you say you love me. You say you've written my name in the palm of your hand. I'm writing down the scriptures. I'm writing down the scriptures because I am so broken. I can't take any more hate. I can't take COVID. I can't take the fear of not having a job. I can't take any more pain. So now me being Pro-Positive is writing down all the good things, all the promises that God
Yes.
has for me.
Yes.
Okay, God, you say you love me. Okay, God, you have plans to prosper me. You say you have things that I cannot even imagine, to begin to imagine or to see that you have for me. I then started meditating on these words and praying about these words. And I started seeing God giving me a different kind of confidence about who Tabisa is and what I should do with Pro-Positive. I remember the last time when I was about to leave that shack because I had got a job again and I was about to move out. And I was crying and I was asking God, why would you allow me to go through so much pain? And God said to me, he said to me, gave me this conviction in my heart that I want you to go out there. There is a lot like you. I have gifted them. I have given them as much talent as I've given you.
Yeah.
However, they are doubting yourself like you have done all your life. And the surroundings around them have broken them as I have. You have also been broken. And he said, I've exposed you so that you can know that I can still help someone like you and change a life like yours. So that's when I remember I took a picture. It was written Pro-Positive Innovations. I was just moving out of my shack, but I felt like a better version of me was innovated from that shack. I was innovated. I was an innovator, but not innovating, not even computers or anything, but a better version of Tabisa was innovated from that shack.
Sure. And so this is how
Yes.
Pro-Positive Innovators and Foundation was built.
Yes.
And so you started going where? To schools?
Okay, so I started going into pageantry because at that moment I felt like I just want to feel good. I just want to look good, put some makeup on, and be a girl. 'Cause I
Yes,
was a
yes,
church girl
yes,
from
yes.
the beginning. I
Mm.
love going to church. So, then I started going into pageantry, and I started meeting other girls in pageantry. And I remember I went into this space with a different expectation of, it's a beauty pageant.
Yes.
And me being Tabisa with a big character, I'm thinking I'm just going to get there and look nice. However, it really challenged me in a sense that when I got there, I got a life coach. And I told her that, I want to build Pro Positive as a brand.
Mm.
And she said, okay, as you go into pageantry, you'll be going to do talks into different schools. And I went back into my, because I'm very active on the homelessness field. So I went back to my homeless and my other shelters and the people that I've been working with that, oh, I've entered a pageant now. But when I entered the pageant, my life coach, pushed me because I remember I had a logo and I had the idea that I want to start a business and I want to call it Pro Positive Innovators. She pushed me to go and get it done. She pushed me to go and put the logo out there. I remember I just had a job. I just coming out of homelessness. I didn't have a place. I didn't have a fridge. I didn't have anything. She said She pushed me. Said do it. Put your logo out there, get a poster. We started doing mental health conversations every Thursday because I felt at that time I needed to just have a different perspective from people how mental health and God, because at that time when I was struggling with mental health, I relied mostly on God. So I started conversations on Zoom on mental health and God. And then I started, inviting my girls from the pageant. I started inviting other young
Wow.
people, and it just grew. And we started talking mostly about how what God says about you as an individual, how we should set our mind on things, about how we should allow God to renew our minds. And yeah, that's how Propositive started being active with those mental health conversations on a daily on a every Thursday, where we talk about mental health and God. And then from there, then we've been working on the website and of course the business side of it, because we felt like we wanted to motivate other people who are sitting in the corner and who feel like there's nothing good with them, they can't do anything. Sis Sibongile, I have always been somebody that loved business. I've always been a business person, but I had always had surroundings that really doubted my business capabilities, and I wanted validation from people. And I remember with my ex, my ex, I would we would have an issue, an argument about why do you want to do business so much. And I had a job at the same time and I wanted to do business, and I would really need him to just support me, because sometimes I'm at work and I'm selling perfumes. There was a stall at the mall at that time, perfumes were booming and people were mixing their own perfumes. And I remember at that specific time I would argue that no, I want to do my other things, I can't be doing business, you should be doing business. But at that time I realized that business is something that I love to do. I've been selling sweets from school. I've been having cleaning carpets, bought a machine and cleaning carpets. I've been doing nails from varsity. I've always been somebody that loves doing business. So, but I wanted validation. I wanted validation so bad. I wanted people to tell me that you can do it. It was successful. My perfume business was successful. My nails business. I remember I was in varsity, but I would go to different high schools and do nails teachers for the teachers' nails, and I had teachers that would come to my house as well. So business has always been my thing, but I never really went on and did it because nobody said you can do it.
So it means it never got to its best.
I never believed that I could
Yeah,
until I met God, until that season. I
sure.
never believed that I can do business. I never believed that it is me that can build a business.
So, with many people who have gone through the worst, who have gone or who are going through a trying time, maybe they've been looking for a job for years and they're not getting it. They have studies, they got qualifications and all that. It brings about, did you find that it brings about that kind of a mentality about themselves to say, I can't?
Of course, it does. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that you have it in you.
Right.
You have it in you. You have a passion. You have a purpose. Okay, I'm gonna get to the purpose part. But you have a passion. You have something that you love so much, and sometimes you're very good at art, but maybe you feel like you need someone to invest on your art, or maybe you're very good in fashion, but you feel that somebody must invest or say you can do it. So you find that you have it, you can do it, you have the degree, you have the qualification, you have the skills, but we feel like someone must come and give us the opportunities. But when I met God did not, God put me in a space where I was surrounded by people that said, you don't need someone to come and give you any sponsorship
Validation
or
or
come and say you
sponsorship.
can do
Yeah.
it or any investment. You just need to trust God and say, okay, God, I'm doing it. That is what
So,
we want to.
so the kind of people that you meet at Pro Positive Innovators, are they people who are like they've given up on themselves? They don't believe that anything good can come out.
All right. So most of the time, because the people that we meet, it's people that have overcame that part
Okay.
of felt like I cannot be able to do it. It's most of the time people that had felt like that had their own stories, their own sad stories, but have overcame and come out to the other side.
Right.
But sometimes you also find that it's people that have come out to the other side, but still have not even tapped into them. That actually this is it. You are on the other side. You have the
You're not even
career.
aware that you're on the other side.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we are trying to really, really focus on the positive and just invite as many people to say, especially on the mental health conversation, to say, I know what I have been through, and I know that it was God that helped me through it, and I saw myself coming out of it. So on those mental health conversations every Thursday, we talk
Oh,
with
they're still
people.
there.
Yes. We talk about people. We talk with people that are sharing how they were able to overcome and how God helped them to know who they are. Because mental health is also affected by by identity issues. Yeah.
So you don't meet people who are still on the other side.
We do. We do, because we've been on the pageant as well, and we've met a lot of like business people, very successful people as well that we're very keen. We also have like other business people that we have other networking spaces that we've been to, that we meet different kind of people with different skills and experts as well, experts in different
So
industries.
besides the mental health space, what else does Pro Positive Innovators offer?
All right. So the exciting thing about that we have just launched is our new website. So the website, it has two. We have two segments in our business. We've got the Propositive Foundation and the Propositive Innovators.
Okay.
So the Propositive Innovators is where we want to invite young people with skills and experiences to come through and say, I want to be a freelancer. So don't just be a freelancer, be an innovator, because we are believing that when you are going out there and say, I want to do it, I don't need someone to come and give me a job. I'm going to go and offer my skills to the people that need them, and I'm going to send an invoice and I'm going to charge them. Then by doing that, you're innovating a better version of yourself by just deciding that I'm going to be a freelancer. I'm no longer going to go and look for a job. The job is going to find me because I'm good at what I do. So at Innovators, we want to motivate young people to say, register with us, put your profile out there, and then do what you say what you're good at, what you've been gifted, what you have studied at school. Just do it. There is a lot of people that need your skills out there, but the problem is people don't know where to find you, and people don't know, maybe you don't know where to put your skills, or maybe you feel like you need to compile a CV and submit it in a big firm, but the skill is with you own that skill. So take power and innovate a better version of yourself and say, I'm going to be an innovator, and put myself on the Propositive Innovators website as an innovator. And then we also encourage young people that also have small businesses to come through and put them. But also, there's young people that are sitting down with businesses and ideas and innovative ideas in businesses, but they still doubt that they want to start their businesses because maybe they feel that there's a need for an investor or somebody must come and validate them.
Capital.
Yes, a capital. So what we are saying is that if you can offer a service and you've got a skill or you want to start a business, but you feel that someone must come, what you're saying is put your business in order. Have your company profile, have your logo, let your business present your business in our Propositive website. And then after that, by you doing that is you taking the first step. So now at this space we trust in God. We are not tapping into a space of starting a business just because we're starting a business and we need someone else to come and invest. We trust in God. Take the first step. Put the business out there. Start the business. Put your services out there. You're a graphic designer. You want to start a graphic designing company. Do the graphic designing. You don't need a lot of graphic designers, but put your business out there. And then when we put our businesses out there, we then leave it back to God and say, okay, God, we've done it. We've put it out there. But as we are in the network website, we have each other. We don't need to even go and get someone from the outside. We can always do business with each other. We can come up with more creative and innovative ideas together. So we're trying to create a space that says you are good enough, you are an innovator, you have the skill, you can do it.
You are enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, enough. All right. Let's take a break and then come back to talk to you. Some more family you can talk to. CEO and founder of Propositive Innovators and Propositive Foundation. And you can ask questions, you can share comments, you can even encourage them further. I believe they're doing such a great job, especially looking at the fact that we have so many young people at home who are looking for a job. They got CVs, some are qualified, but hey, so this is a beautiful, innovative way of doing it and reaching out to our youth. Join us at the Gospel Concert of a Lifetime in memory of radio presenter and gospel artist Sibongile. Be moved by renowned gospel artists like Sipho Makhabane, Lebose Kgobela, Tabs David, Dr. Dumi, Takindo, and many more. The Sibongile Tribute Concert takes place at the Oasis of Life Family Church in Davidson on Sunday, 29th October from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tickets are available on web tickets and at Pick and Pay from only 250 per person.
Uthandwa ngendlela ongasokuze uyiqonde. Khetha iRadio Pulpit 657 AM. Luthando olo.
You're on Radio Pulpit, your daily companion, 657 AM. This is where you're at. The time, 24 minutes, just before 11. And just for you, with me, Sibongile Mofokeng with you up until 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, do remember, Germany, Yanni Palsa comes through with Perspective. And afterwards, Ayanda Neneva will be with you on Heart to Heart from 12 tot 3 uur. From 12 uur tot 3 uur. And she will be with you. But right now, with me, Sibongile Mofokeng, with you up until then. And I am with CEO and founder of Pro-Positive Innovators, and that is Tabi Sandevu. Tabi Sandevu, saying it to Tabi Sandevu. Oh my. And we are learning quite a lot, talking to our young people, empowering them. The lines are open to my family if you have questions. The lines are open for you on 012-334-1322. It's 012-334-1322. And you can also send us a WhatsApp on 082-657-2729. And even on 37871, which is our SMS line. Now, I saw messages by Natasha Barnes, thank you so much for tuning in and being with us. And Jacqueline, Shalom J, hello to you. We'll make sure that we provide those details to you. We'll make sure that we provide those details to you, my queen, and we'll send them via your WhatsApp, or we'll call you to provide those ones to you, my family. She's asking about payment details for donating to the Sibongile family or tribute concert, contributing to the family as well. We do have an account that I will send to you where you can just send your donation. But right now, I'm talking to Tabi Sandevu. We're talking Pro-Positive Innovators and Pro-Positive Foundation. I nearly said Innovators Foundation and Foundation. And so you can talk to us. The lines are open for you, my family, to can ask your questions or share your comments. I believe that so many of us have got a lot of our young people who are at home. And I think most of our young people who have tried, some are feeling defeated. But it's awesome to see that even when they feel defeated, they go out there to make sure that, they are ministered unto, or they bring out their services as well. Natasha, see you. Thank you for that. They come out to make sure that, their services and what they can offer is seen by others out there. So yeah, the lines are opened for you. So my queen, what are some of the services that you offer there as innovators, the Pro-Positive Innovators, or what do you cover? Because you spoke about the beauty, you spoke about, beauty. You can come out and do. What are other things that you offer, or other things that you cover?
Okay, so Pro-Positive has two segments, like I said. We've got Innovators and we've got Foundation. So on the Pro-Positive Innovators and Foundation, you can showcase your profile as an innovator, which is a freelancer, and you can come in any department, from life coaching, accounting, from life coaching to accounting to
life coaching.
Yes, graphic designing. So I'm just going to make an example. Graphic designing, life coaching, you can be a speaker, a videographer, a camera person. You can come in as somebody that does babysitting, because also...
Au pair. Kinda. Okay.
Yes. Because if, for example, you've got a degree in of taking care of kids, or you've started nursing, or any skill, you can come through and do any of these babysitting and help people. You can do emergency babysitting as well, or for people that need someone to take care of their babies at a specific period or weekend. You can also be a tutor and tutor other young kids, because we also go to high schools and we tell them that you can still get a tutor online. So you can still be a tutor on any other language, or you can be a teacher and decide to be an online tutor with us. You can be in the music as a young artist. You can come through, showcase your profile, and network with other young artists and guitarists
Really?
and
Wow.
artists. Yeah. And then we also want to invite as many social workers and people that can help with counseling as well to come through, because we are about availing the services to the people. We want to avail mental health solutions to the people. So if you're a social worker, but you're just offering the services from the company, but you can spare an hour or two a week to give the counseling to any young person at an affordable fee, please come through, because that will help us to help as many young people that are battling with mental health, because it's so hard to get mental health people to give you counseling when you don't even have a job in South Africa. So those are some.
So those who fall under the foundation.
Those fall under the innovators,
Oh,
because you will
okay.
be
Under the
offering.
innovators.
Yes, so
Okay, then under the foundation.
under the foundation, we call you world changers. We call you world changers
Yeah.
because we are calling in your activists, mental health activists, or education activists, or any social justice activists to come through from any sphere of life, or what you doing. You come through, you showcase your profile as an individual activist, and show that you are available to assist other young people. You're a speaker, or you have been exposed to I don't know, maybe as a I'm sorry, I just want to go through that page. Okay. But as you have been an activist, we call you a world changer. So you can come through and show your case as somebody that is in any of these following departments. Either you want to give back in education, homelessness, or arts and culture. You want to give back and educate people about teaching them music. You want to do any social justice, environmental, or technology, and just economic empowerment and humanitarian. So we invite young people to just come through and say, okay, if maybe you don't have a skill, but you also want to be a volunteer, because I volunteered when I didn't have a place to stay. So
Yeah.
that helps you to find more reasons to be grateful.
And it gives you work experience, I believe.
Yes. So if you want to volunteer and assist any NGO, you can always come through. Then on the foundation as well, we also register NGOs as well. So any NGO that is helping people all around South Africa, you can register your NGO, and that having your NGO on our platform, then we can always come through and volunteer in your NGO, because we don't
okay.
know how to find NGOs, around South Africa that we can come volunteer, spend your time. Sometimes you want to support an NGO with just 200 Rand, or, or there's an NGO that's struggling just to feed people. They need loaves of bread. So when you come through with your NGO, we're going to all be world changers together by making sure we assist each other. I can come in as a world changer to come volunteer, or you come in with your NGO, then we assist each other. So that is the purpose that we link up each other to.
So when you're saying young people, how old are we, the age group that we're covering?
Okay, so we at the vision is to speak to any young person from like 16 years, because even 16-year-old up to 35 years old, because
okay.
16-year-olds, they better mental health, so they can come and do volunteer work. Volunteering, I encourage it because it helps you to be grateful. You find more reasons to be grateful instead of saying sitting down in your corner and thinking about these things. Then when you come back, even though you have a reasons to complain, when you go out there, you will know that I know it's bad, but thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And so how do they register?
Yes. So you register, you go to propositive.com. So it's propositive.com. You'll find that when you get to propositive.com, there's going to be Propositive Innovators on your left and Propositive Foundation on your right. So you can visit either of our websites, just browse through and see if you'd like to register from any of the two.
What do you need when you register? Just the business profile or what?
All right. So when you register, we do require, as an individual, we do request that if you have a profile, like you're an art or you have a CV, you can always send it through, because when we send you a referral as a referral to someone who say, okay, this person is experienced in this. However, you can come through and put on your picture, you put us your services that you offer. And if you offer, or you charge per hour or you charge per day, you can put your fee there. And then you put your link to your social media links as well as your website, because as Propositive, we are not offering your services. So we want your clients to be able to access you directly and communicate
So
with
there's
you.
no
No,
mediation there. Okay.
no. We
All right.
just the only thing we do is to expose you. So we are more of a marketplace where we showcase your services to the public.
That is like really awesome. And for more information, where can family members get hold of you guys?
Okay, so you can email us at info@pro. So it's pro/positive
Okay.
.com. You can email us at info@pro/positive .com. You can send us a WhatsApp at 069 425 9071. You can also contact us
What
there,
is the number again?
069 425 9071.
You Tabisa ushaka uyagijima. Oh gogo bastara. 069
069
425
9071.
71. And your last words to those that are tuned in, especially those of us who have young people whom we see they are doing their best, those of us who can offer services as well. We are those ones that are listening and we're like, I want this. How? What are your last words to us?
Okay, so I would say that if you know that you have been given a skill. God has given you an opportunity to get a degree. You were fortunate enough. Sometimes you get that degree, you think this is it, and then maybe you don't get a job. So, or you have a skill, you're so good at music, you're so good at playing a guitar, but you're just asking yourself, why am I not having the opportunity? I want to say to you, come, let's create the opportunities for ourselves and take the step of the leap of faith, because God says in the last days the just shall live by faith.
By faith.
So we need to have faith in the fact that we are still the children of God. God still has a plan for our lives, and we are still going to conquer, because we're more than conquerors. So come through, let's create opportunities for ourselves, and let's wait for God to create fountains in the desert, because He promised that He's going to do it.
And He's a faithful God.
Of course.
Tabisa, thank you so much for ministering unto us today, bringing hope to our young people. Thank you for your journey as well. We thank God for keeping you, because some never made it through that kind of a journey. Some died in the wilderness in that space, but God kept you. Look at where you're at now, empowering others. We can't wait to hear more, and we can't wait to learn more as days will go by. We will be calling you for now, empowering our young people as well. So thank you for this. And yeah, family, the numbers again, 069 425 9071. It's 069 425 9071. That's how you can get hold of Propositive Innovators. Propositive